guys, welcome back to Let's Play Shadow Hearts Covenant. Last time we did a bunch of side quests. This time, well, more pit fights, which are also side quests. First thing, we have two characters for this upcoming pit fight, trial, whatever you want to call it. One of the enemies can use poison. My two strongest fighters are protected against poison. We're going to take them into the fight because we're only allowed to bring in two. And Tight Ring will be in effect. Form a party of up to 2, win 3 battles in a row with Tight Ring, without missing a ring. So yeah, I'm going to hope that I don't suck and I can actually hit the ring. And I haven't played since last weekend, so we'll see how this goes. Don't try going for any special, what's the word I'm looking for? We want to fuse. Sure, we'll show off Amon here. I wouldn't go out of your way trying to get perfects or anything like that. It doesn't really matter here. Amon's strength is his speed. He is a lot faster. I'm not going to be demonstrating quite the abilities that he's capable of doing because I want to do as little aside from normal attack as possible. So yeah, go for normal attacks. That's probably our best way of handling everyone in here. I'm not going to show the extent of all of these fights. We protect against poison, but these are going to be primarily old bosses, so we shouldn't have any issues with it. I said don't go for perfects. Use brain. Don't be a little late on that hit. Of course, I was going for the hit, so good thing I wasn't going for the perfect, or I would have missed. Alright, there we go. Finished off the last battle and trial complete. Now, one of the interesting things, other than our reward, which is a nice little 50, is that we don't get any experience or money or anything for doing these fights. Other than the reward we get, there is actually one other benefit. Alright, change my setup. We're all equipped and ready to go. We want Leonardo's bear on any party member we choose to bring with us. And since we have it, let's demonstrate the Mind's Eye. You may remember this from the previous game. If not, you're in for a treat. And yeah, we also want to make sure we bring Anastasia. I said there was some other benefit. Well, there is. Let us go in and do round 3. Only round 2 for this episode, but round 3 in general. One party of up to 3, and oh yeah, it's only 3. Well, we're gonna pull, I always think I'm going in with a full party, but I'm never actually going in with a full party. We're going to bring in Anastasia for sure, and I think I'm gonna bring Karen. I was planning on bringing Joachim, and I actually set him up with Entrance, but, well, too bad for him. Alright, first things first. We can begin a combo, but I'm only going to set up these two for the combo. And, well, let's show off Amon here. It's a little broken to show Amon now that we have the Mind's Eye equipped, but, that's fine. So, as in the previous game, the Mind's Eye makes your physical attack invisible in exchange for double damage. If you know where your hits are, then it doesn't matter at all, and especially if you only have one hit to do, it makes it really, really simple. Now, what it doesn't affect and doesn't make the ring invisible for are special skills or items. So he's still useful. He's not just a pure, DPS cannon and that's it. But I don't want to attack him quite yet because I will kill him. Let's see here. Fully restores HP and awakens unconscious ally. That's pretty cool. Let's show off Demon Rays. We already know what these look like because Amon used them on us when we fought them, but I don't want to go straight for the physical attack and finish things off. Karen can... Sure, we'll show off this. This shouldn't be enough to kill him. This will be the upgraded version. as it gets upgraded, it'll do more and more hits, and it almost seems to have this after image effect, which is pretty cool. All right, now Andre needs to be snapshotted in order to get all that we can out of this this trial here. The Cash Steal album. We remember this happening to us when we were playing the game. Has face ring, which is unfortunate, especially with someone who can't see his ring, but not a big deal. We can actually heal that this time around since there's no real downside to anything here. It's just, you know, do what you're supposed to do and you'll be fine. I love how they make the ring abnormality fixing ability like half a bloody ring. Alright, so we're going to combo up with you. And let's go for Crest Magic. Sure, we'll do Arc Rage. And let's see how much damage Yuri can do. Is your... Oh yeah, I guess I lost the combo because I was doing that. That's a lot of money! This game sucks. Alright, combo up. Yuri, end this guy. I win. Yeah, Mind's Eye is rather broken, and for the most part, I will be banning it for the LP. I won't be using it primarily, but there are certain situations, primarily in here, where I will use them because it's just going to make my life faster, and these trials really do suck. Anyway, here we have Pendulum and a bunch of scrubs. I'll see you in a minute.
How dare you even think about attacking me?
Alright, and as we finish off the fourth battle of a bunch of scrubs, yeah, guess who's back? They make you fight a boss just after you finished fighting said boss with 3 people instead of 4. I guess in a way they're supposed to be trials, so they should be difficult, but that's the primary reason why I brought the Mind's Eye into this fight, just because I wanted this to take as little time as possible, and it takes bloody forever. As before, you want to take care of these guys first. Now, I did just memorize where Yuri's spot on the ring is. It kind of follows with that, the little notch in the ring down in about, I'd say, the 5 o'clock-ish, 4 to 5 o'clock areas if you're using like a clock face. Just to understand it. And then I pulled, I think it was 4 strike expands off of Lucia to make things easier. So that I wouldn't screw anything up. I don't need that to finish you off, but we'll go for it anyway. Alright, so this is why we have the Leonardo's Bears equipped. I probably won't show this entire fight, but we have Arc Rage. Let's do it. I missed. That sucks, but whatever. Instant death. Yes, Leonardo's Bears will save us from being stuck by that the entire time. And yeah, you can't fix our screw up there, so what else can we do here? You're water-based. Surge yourself? Gives you something to do, I guess. Alright, special skills. Energy charge. No instant death for you, though. I should probably heal Karen. Yeah, I should probably heal Karen. Speaking of which, you have Art Cure. Let's use it. I missed. Alright. Yeah. See, this is why you can start stacking some of these really powerful abilities like Energy Charge and Mind's Eye and Rage all together. And if I told you this isn't even close to the end of the abusiveness that this game has to offer, Oh boy, are we gonna have fun a little bit later. In fact, a couple episodes ago, I believe it was when we fought her, we got part 2 of what Lucia needs to become the most broken character in the entire game. I decided not to show it off now because we don't really need it, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's use this because you are water-based. I'll show it off on another boss. We'll completely nuke it. It's fine. Whatever. No instant death for you. Yeah, you can imagine how annoying this fight would be if you didn't have instant death. I guess we could snapshot you, though I don't think it matters. Yeah, I don't think it's... Yeah, it's not you, is it? Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Do I need another energy charge? No, I don't. There's half of your life again. Let's combo up with these two. That was way too soon. Should be enough to finish you? Maybe? If I had raged you, you probably would have had enough. Yep, if I raged you instead of surged you, you would have had enough. That's fine. That almost seems too much. Yeah, the spot on the ring that I hit there with Yuri, that's pretty much exactly where you want to line it up. But yeah, I showed the entire fight. Normally with repeat bosses I won't in here, but I will, of course, as you saw, be cutting out a lot of the repeat enemies because there's not really a whole lot of purpose in it. Here we get a step doubler, which we will be equipping on the same character. Unfortunately, it has to be the same character that has the pedometer, which is currently nobody. That will be fixed, don't you worry. I need to set up for my final trial here for the day. Okay, we're back. Now, this final one is a solo gauntlet. So the logical character to use is Yuri. The game won't let us. It's not that they won't let us actually use him. There's one more benefit out of the final round. Anastasia will be going this alone. The game is super rude. Okay, the final round, well, it's gonna put Blind Ring on us and then force us into a solo gauntlet. So I'm gonna get for the Mind's Eye since it's gonna be disappeared anyway. Now the thing is, this only affects physical attacks. Blind's Ring is going to affect all of our abilities. So basically we're not going to cast spells at all. We're going to rely solely on our physical attacks to get our way through here. And then in order to heal, I got a pocket watch in case something else pops up. I don't think anything uses a status effect, but I could be wrong. That's more important than anything else, other than like instant death or petrify or paralysis, I guess. But I don't think that's going to pop up too much, hopefully. Well, you want to memorize the ring, and as you can see, I've made some changes to make it easier. Just kind of memorize approximately where it is, and I threw the extra strike expand, so I have a better chance of hitting strike. You can see that area on the far left, kind of 9 o'clock part of the ring there, so you're just trying to hit a little bit after that, not too much. The other thing you want to memorize coming in here is the spot Theraseed is going to occupy on the ring. Now, the Theraseed is going to be around that bottom kind of 7 o'clock area, that little spike, so we're going to aim for around there. Maybe a little bit further if we're getting desperate for healing, but we've gained some levels, we're in somewhat decent shape, we have the best armor possible. Chainmail belt, you could alternate for the more defensive route if you really wanted to. I prefer to be more offensive. But anyway, once we've done that, let us do the final trial for now. One person win 5 battles in a row with blind ring effect and without curing abnormalities. Anastasia, go to work. Now, most of these are going to be old fights. However, we have to snapshot one of them. And the one we need to snapshot is the first one, Oscar. This is going to give us the remove ability. Well, there's poison. Now, the other downside to this is we can't cure poison because we can't cure any abnormalities. It would be nice if we had a ribbon at this point in the game to protect against all status effects, but we don't. Anyway, he's only got 400 HP. I'm not going to have too difficult a time with things. That was almost too late. But yeah, when you're in a relatively weak fight, it's probably good to, when poison is inflicted twice, we get hit with deadly poison, and then either it escalates and starts doing more and more damage each round, or it just does more damage all around. Either way, we're going to finish this guy off now and be done with it. I missed the perfect, but whatever. But yeah, when one of these fights is against someone who's weak, that's where you want to use your healing items, your Theraseed, because we got 5 of these in a row. And some of them are going to have a whole bunch of enemies that we're going to have to try and keep up with. Try and wait until there's only one left before healing, and do remember, Anastasia has only 7 SP, so be careful. I'm going to cut most of this out because it's going to be just me using normal attacks to whack away on enemies, but we will see if something interesting happens. Oh yeah, I put instant death on her attack as well in case she doesn't one-shot anything. Yep. The final battle is with Amon. This is why I have the Mind's Eye equipped, because this game is rude. But yeah, without trying to, do anything and everything possible to try and stay alive and making it as simple as possible, Mind's Eye makes your life so much easier. If you don't have the Mind's Eye yet, then you probably want to go pick it up first. He's going to get 2 attacks off here. I'm going to block? No. Items? I am going to use this. Go! Now he doesn't get 2 turns. Now the thing is, he likes to use his specials, and the specials do reduce his speed, but as I said when Yuri transformed, Amon is fast, and Anastasia is not. But yeah, the only way to really do this reliably, and I forgot to look at how much Pure Seeds, or how much Pure Seeds are, so 1 attack, I should survive, hopefully. Yeah, probably remember Pure Seeds as well. That's probably not a terrible idea. Yeah, there was one other fight where there was like 5 enemies, and it just takes a long time. It's very tempting to just use a spell, but unless you've memorized that spell too, you're kind of going to be unlucky. I'm going to be safe. I didn't want to go too far and screw it up on the last fight. But yeah, it's not necessarily a fun thing to do, these trials. In my test run, this was just really frustrating for me, so I came up with strategies and cheesing methods so that it would be a lot easier this time around. Video game? If I didn't already have one, fuck you. This game is so rude. Yes, they give you the Mind's Eye for completing the thing that you would want the Mind's Eye in order to complete. So yeah, without the Mind's Eye, it's very difficult for Anastasia to survive long enough, unless you know Pure Seed, Theraseed, and her normal attack, and a spell if you want to go that route. But yeah, highly recommend just using the Mind's Eye to make your life a lot easier. It's really the better way of doing things. Anyway, I need to heal, get all set up. Let's go find this new location, this Idar Flame. Alright, we're all finished up with side quests. Let's go to the Idar Flame. Interesting. No cutscene, no explanation, no visual representation of what we just walked into, other than the cutscene from like 3 episodes ago. You read stories about this. Is this a famous idea? The Idar Flame, however you want to pronounce it. Is this something in mythology that I'm not familiar with? It's possible. It's entirely possible. But yeah, I'm not familiar with that phrase as far as anything goes, so yeah, it's got an evil air about it. Happy? I'm gonna enjoy ripping this building apart. Sounds like Goku. It's not the only time I've been able to make that, you know, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Duality connection between the two. My brain does not function very well. It's Sunday night at 8:15, and this is the first episode I've got a chance to record today. Of course, it had to be one that took me over 47 minutes to record so far for 22 or 23 minutes worth of footage. Yay for episodes that are going to take a long time. Guess what's going to come up next? Ones that are going to take even longer. You can't see it, but I've got this really scared grin on my face. Yay? Yeah, we're going to take care of Rasputin, and when we're done, there won't be any trace of this temple left. Okay. What the fuck? What is this music? That's not frightening much, is it? Hello and welcome to my new party. We're going to start fusing into Amon generally in a lot of fights, and there's 2 reasons for this. One, it gives them enough power to take out these enemies who are starting to have, you know, 120 to 160, 170 HP each. And on top of that, it gives them access to a linear attack as well as a circular attack. So I can start taking down enemies if they're going to be really, really powerful. Now, we're going to kill one of these guys first and foremost because there's 2 of them. And then we're going to have Anastasia take a picture of everybody. She's in the party, and these enemies are going to show up a lot. These are 3 of the 4 or 5. And we also get direct press for the Hati or Haiti enemy. And yeah, I will go over my equipment setup here in a little bit. But yeah, as you can see, the enemies are starting to get a decent amount of HP. This is, I think, the only one whose HP is under 100 in this area. Yeah, this is the guy that gives you direct press, which is surprising because they give you an ability that will actually be useful before we leave this area. Aromatherapy. I told you that we got something really useful. Yeah, moon oil plus night oil equals broken game. But we'll work more on that later. If you need MP while you're in here, night oil fused with anything will give you access to that. And I'll kind of go over this a little bit here since we have a moment and I'm not going to get very far into this dungeon today. The way that this works is you select Aromatherapy and you select the first oil. If you select the first oil, it determines pretty much like what all the combinations we're going to do. They'll all be related. So if I select Ocean Oil, putting it with Misty Oil will give me some HP recovery. And then with grass, it'll give me HP recovery over 1 turn, so we'll get it on our next turn. And then this will be over 2 turns. And then this will be over 2 turns, but the amount of HP will be a little more. With Misty Oil, so yeah, pretty much all of the Ocean Oil paired with anything else will give you HP recovery. That's all you need to know. Misty, paired with everything else, will make you immune to status abnormalities. If you want to be protected against both, you're going to have to wait until the very end of the game where you find the last oil, so it's not really all that helpful. But yeah, status abnormalities, ring abnormalities. Status, also status, but they last for longer. So, you know, it can be useful in certain situations, not my favorite. Grass oil. This will have a weak effect on the amount of physical defense you have, the amount of special defense you have, the amount of special defense you have, and the amount of physical defense you have. It's not particularly valuable. I wouldn't recommend using it for that. Night oil. This one you will use. Night oil will give you MP recovery over 1 turn, MP recovery over 2 turns, immediate MP recovery, and immediate MP recovery, MP recovery over 2 turns. Sorry, my brain does not work. But yeah, I would go for the combination of Night Oil filled with Moon Oil if you need to restore MP while you're going through this area, and we will be going through this area for quite a while, at least I will, because, well, you'll see in a moment. Moon Oil. I'm going to avoid going over this one because this is the miscellaneous one where all the broken abilities lie. We'll get into these more when it actually matters and when we can take good advantage of it. In the meantime, go tarot card, give me something interesting. What do you got? All ally MP consumption is reduced by 75%. Well, that's a thing. Do I have something that uses a lot of MP? By the way, direct press is a gravity-based attack, which will cut your HP in half, I believe. So yeah, all of our abilities cost absolutely nothing to use now. Cool. Let's waste some abilities here then. Look at that damage, and that's a normal weak enemy. Alright, album. Direct press halves one enemy's HP. Yeah. Very rarely useful. Cash steal, steals it. Money from the enemy. Remove, nullifies one enemy's increased status effect. So this can be good for getting rid of enemy buffs, but typically most enemies that buff will like rebuff on their next turn if you use this. So I guess you could lock them into like a loop of just doing the same thing over and over again, but it's rarely useful. Alright, Hail Breeze for 2 MP. Go! I missed. Special effects. Let's show off the end. Sure, why not? I almost missed that. Again, we've already seen it because we fought the guy already once, but this is what kind of damage we can deal with it. As you can see, the enemies that we fight around here can really hurt. Let's show off Aromatherapy. Ocean, and we'll pair it with... Okay, so that one will give me small over 2 turns. And yeah, Night Oil will give me medium recovery over 1 turn. So we'll go for that. I missed. Yeah, the hit area for that, if you have Technical Ring on, is super tiny. It's usually not a problem, but just kind of be aware that if you're on Technical Ring, it kind of sucks for that.
That was easy enough.
Look at the amount of experience and money we get while we're in here, as well as the enemies can drop Thera, Mana, and Pure Roots if you're interested in those, so those can be helpful. you're going to want to make sure you're healing. We're going to end up probably buying more Thera seeds or roots, because I believe we can buy the roots now. But, yeah. Anytime you run into one of these, giant egg all about. Something's coming out of it, but they don't show anything coming out of it. Here we have Giga Filaria. These are a step up from the ones that we've already fought. Let's fuse into a Mon here. As I said, I'll probably do this in most random encounters going forward, at least in this area. I completely whiffed. But yeah, we can't actually one-shot them. I think Yuri can if he perfects them. But let's get you in here. And no, I don't want to do that. Let's use Anastasia, and we'll take their picture. We'll show you how much more powerful these guys are. And you do not want to get on these guys' bad side, because these guys are actually pretty powerful. And if they get a back attack on you at the start of the fight, you're going to lose one of your characters most of the time, if not two. It's actually really, really scary. Anyway, can we hit anybody here? Can I hit more people doing this? No. Alright. These guys are... What element are they? They are... I believe that's fire. It looks like fire. As you can see, our effectiveness against these guys kind of sucks. Also, if you thought those Pterodon guys were annoying, these guys do a lot of damage, hit you with slow, and spam Arc Gale over and over and over and over again. My favorite way to deal with these fights is to spam spells, and hopefully the enemies die really fast. But as you can see, the amount of damage that we can deal in this area isn't super high. And especially against these guys. These guys suck. We're going to run into these guys a lot throughout this area. I don't have revival on you. Let's... Oh, there's only 2 left. That should be enough to kill you. Okay. That finishes you off, and then Yuri can show off his one of his new abilities. Fully restores HP and awakens unconscious. So yeah, this can be used as a healing ability, basically. I believe... Yeah, it's just HP. Thought it also did status. I could be wrong. But it also revives. I almost missed that. This one I don't think we have seen. Hello, Death. How are you? Yeah, so some nice revival there. Gives Yuri a little more nuance. It's not just the DPS anymore. But yeah, those fights don't go very well.
That was easy.
But look at the experience we get out of that. Now, the amount of money is going up a little bit because, well, spoiler alert, I have something equipped, the Brigand Earrings. Now we can get through. Wonder if there are any more. There's a lot more of them. And we're going to fight a lot of them going forward. Now here, believe, yes, this is the first treasure chest in here. This is where I'm going to stop for the day. This is a very long, very confusing area, and I haven't put the map up for a reason. The map isn't necessarily all that great, and we were just going forward. Next time, we're going to start with that map up, and we're going to talk about it a little bit, because I've had to annotate ways of going through there that are efficient in order to grab all the chests. If you don't want to grab all the chests, and you're not worried about collecting anything, take the right path here, and then keep going straight up, and you'll eventually get to the end. As long as you just keep going straight up, you'll end up at the end. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this one. Next time, we explore one of the largest and most confusing areas in the entire game. Also, pocket watch, panorama lens, spikes on you, gold necklace for higher chance of encounters. Whether I keep that on the entire time, I'm not sure, just because I haven't gotten that far, or I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to keep it on the whole time. It's primarily there to accumulate extra money and give me more time to increase my affinities. Banded earrings for obvious reasons, and the step doubler needs to be on the same person as has the pedometer. Some people will get mad and accuse you of cheating. Well, it kind of is. But yeah, the same person needs to have both of these, and they need to be in your active party. I would highly recommend equipping those both through this area, because it's a long area. There's going to be a lot of steps, a lot of encounters, and yeah. This area kind of sucks. Anyway, that's all for this one. And I'll see you guys next time.